Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So again, this is Rach, your instructor for this video tutorial. So for this video, I'm going to show you how to use void functions and also how to use value returning functions with switch. Okay. So I already saved this file with the name sample1, and I already have the essential parts of the program. Now let's introduce void. Okay, so for void functions, they don't return values, so but you can call them in the main function. So we have the body of the void function. Let's say I want to display my name. This is okay. Welcome to Programming 101. Okay, let's say we want to call that void function inside our main function. Okay, so we just simply type the function name, which is the display name. What I do is actually I'm copying it from the written subfunction so that errors would be minimized. Okay? So let's see what will happen if I'm going to do that. So we need to declare, right, up there. So we have to declare subfunctions. And let's try. Okay. So let's try what will be the output. So that's fine. One time. Okay, so see, even though I did not write this message from the main function and I wrote it using a sub function, I can still display it by calling it with main function. So that's void function. Now let's try calling another void function, maybe intro. Okay, let's have that name. Okay. This program will calculate either the volume or surface area of a circular cylinder. Okay. Right. Okay. And then I'm going to declare that subfunction. Right. And then I'm going to call that subfunction in my main function. Right, and let's see. Okay. Right, so see, I called out two void functions inside my main function. Okay, next, maybe let's have an output wherein we're asking what option our user wants to select. Okay, so \T stands for tab. It's like you're moving, or it's like you're pressing the tab button on the laptop. Okay, so option number one, have the volume of cylinder. \n is for like a new line. Then dot again, number 2, total surface area. Okay. And the tab, and then next would be exit program. So meaning whatever choice they made out of the choices 1 and 2, the program will be terminated. Okay. So let's check first if we have any error. Right, so next we're going to ask the user to enter their choice. Okay, and then see it. Let's have choice. And then if we're going to have a variable choice, we have to introduce its data type. So I chose integer because it's just 1 or 2 or 3. Okay? So let's see. Right there, we don't have any error. Okay, next we're going to introduce the switch command, wherein we're going to have 2 options, 1 and 2. Okay. So for our switch command, we're going to introduce our switch by having okay, and then our options are the variable choice. So inside our switch command, we have the cases. Okay, so for case 1, we're going to be having, so what's our display? The what enter the okay. So the user would then enter the value of the radius. Let's name it as a variable r. But if we have introduced the variable r, we have to introduce it first as an integer because it's maybe we could have it as a double. Okay, and then after entering the next is the height. Entering the ratios, we'll ask the user to enter the height and it as h, but we have to declare it here as well. Okay, and then let's solve. The volume would be pi 3.1416 times r squared times height. Okay, but we need to declare v as double as well. Okay, and then see out. Maybe the volume of the cylinder whose radius is okay. So we're gonna radius, okay, units, and whose height is height units is right, then have the volume. Okay, here. Okay, so let's check. So it must not be semicolon but colon. Alright, so let's run the program. So there, let's try volume. Dimension of radius 4.1 maybe. Height, let's say 5.89. Oops. Again, one more time. So if that happens to you, don't panic. It's fine, really. So there. So the volume of the cylinder is there. Maybe let's have cubic units as the. Okay. So that's case number 1. Then we're just going to copy for case number 2. Okay. If the option is 2, therefore, yeah, radius and height. So let's see what's the formula for the total surface area. That's 2 pi RH. So it's a bit complicated actually. So have the radius and the height, and then for the total surface area, let's leave it as is a. Right. Okay, so our formula now would be 2 times pi times r times h. Okay, next plus 2 times 3.1416 times r squared. So the total surface area. Alright, good. Okay, so if it's an area, it's square units. So I forgot to type in the break so that the program knows that this is the end of the option. Right, so let's try compiling it. Okay, and run. Okay, so let's try number 1. 4.5, 4.6, and like 10.9. Again, number 1, 4.5, 4.6, and 10.9. Okay, so there you go. But it's not a looping program. That's why we need to run it again to check the option number 2. Okay. So there is switch. Okay. So what I did now is instead that isn't it earlier we have the calculation of volume here inside case 1. Now I introduced a value returning function, which is this one, whose data type is double. So this is our value returning function.